Friends, I got some great shows coming up. Check out this tour schedule on the screen. You can find me at Helium in Philadelphia, May 1st through the 3rd. Then I'm going to be in Cleveland at Hilarities, May 7th through the 9th. Then May 15th through the 17th, you can find me in La Jolla. Got a lot of dates coming up. You can see all of them there. I hope you will come and see me live. And now, let's get this day stream going. Hello, hello, hello to you, and welcome, my cheery goblins, to another beautiful DTFH live stream, day stream. You are here in the stream of day. And why not start with an incredible story? I'll try to pronounce his name. I never met him because he's long dead, thousands of years ago. A poet by the name of Shang Tzu. If you say it really fast and loud, you don't have to pronounce it right. He said, last night, Shang Tzu dreamed that he was a butterfly. And now that I'm awake, I don't know if I'm Shang Tzu that dreamed. You should say, God bless you when I say that. And now that I'm awake, I don't know if I'm Chong Su.
God bless you.
And had a dream that I was a butterfly, or if I'm a butterfly dreaming he's Chong Su.
God bless you.
Thank you. We got to really spend some time these days going deep into our own experience of reality. These days are strange days. Strange times are upon us, and they're getting stranger by the moment. And so these are good times to start thinking about the Tibetan yoga of dreaming and to really ask yourself one of the most important questions, which is, are you dreaming right now? It's an important question. Every person should ask themselves that every time they wake up. Is this still a dream? How do I know it's not? Am I positive that I'm even awake right now? It's a scary question to ask yourself. Sure. Maybe you don't want to confront the reality that your life during the day is really not that different from your dreams. And much like your dreams, sometimes you don't remember huge chunks of your day. You lose your keys. You lose your wallet. You forget where you put the remote control. You lose track of time. Suddenly, you come to for a moment and you're there. Everything comes into focus. Now you're focused. You're in focus mode. Maybe you take prescription meds or non-prescription meds to get you into focus mode as a kind of gallant battle against the fundamental reality, which is that you blink in and out of awareness like a firefly. Blink, 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 blink. And yet, you hold the day up above the night. You hold this experience above your dream experience. You hold this experience up, some of you, and shame on you for this, over the experiences that you might have had on psychedelics. I can't tell you how many times people have told me some grand spiritual epiphany, a mind-blowing moment they had on psychedelics where they saw a whole different landscape, something completely different than waking life or their dream life. And it taught them something. It woke them up a little bit. It helped them in a real way. It gave them a sense of wonder. That wasn't fake, but yet they say, well, but also I was on whatever. And you see, this is part of the conditioning, children. This is part of the conditioning. They want you to believe that there are states of consciousness that are above other states of consciousness. They want you to believe that your direct encounter with reality, if it doesn't match default reality, means you're nuts. They want you to think you've lost your mind. Suddenly you might have had that moment. You didn't even need psychedelics. You weren't on amanita or psilocybin. You were just walking in the forest. And for a brief, flickering moment, you had a sense that this was the most important thing. Your 401k, your stock portfolio, your car lease, your mortgage, your rent, that raise you've been hoping for, the way your boss smells like shit and you can't say anything about it. His humid, wafting crotch smell, those pheromones blasting all through the fucking office because he doesn't wash his balls. A demon. Stinking up your life. You can't say a damn thing about it. Can't get that smell out of your nose. They say that's what happens sometimes when you're burying a corpse, by the way. You can't get the smell out of your nose. The nose gets haunted. A haint gets up there in your nose, and you can't get that stank out. That old stinky old corpse procrastinated burying because you got ADHD. You're neurodivergent. You kept kicking that corpse can down the murder road. And instead of doing what anybody should do, which is if you're going to do it quick. You waited. Now it's rotten. It's rotten in that humid Texas summer heat. Now you go out and you finally take care of business, and for the next 2 weeks, your nose is haunted by the smell of a corpse. In the same way, your nose is haunted by the smell of your boss's pubic mound. It's just in there. You don't know what to do about it. But there you are, taking a nice hike. For one flickering moment, you realize all of those things don't really mean much. In fact, none of it really means much. There's just you, that beautiful forest path in front of you. You look around, look at the trees blowing in the wind. You hear the gentle chirping of the birds, a stream somewhere far away, the babbling of a stream like some long-forgotten language that humans once understood. And in that moment, you realize this is all that matters. This is it. This is the only thing. This is it. Just now. And then your fucking phone bleeps like mine did right fucking now. God damn it! And you reach for your fucking phone during your stream. Your whole goddamn flow of thought.
I like it though, the dream, because now I've done a full 360 and I know I'm dreaming. But now I want to play the character that I'm dreaming, and I'm really into it. Like
You're talking about lucid living. Hang on, my wife's boyfriend just texted me.
How's he doing?
Not good.
Damn.
Not good. He has got a really, really bad case of syphilis.
Oof.
I know. This reality, this thing we're all encountering together, and God damn it, I'm glad to be sharing it with you, sweethearts. You beautiful people. This transient thing, it's a stream. It's a day stream. We're all in it together right now. You woke up this morning. I did too. I had a dream I went to Burning Man with Matthew McConaughey. It was fucking awesome. Really, really cool. Really, really fun. He is fun. And it was going to be great. In the dream, I had some incredible MDMA that I was really excited about enjoying with Matthew McConaughey. And unfortunately, I woke the fuck up before we took it. So that sucks, because have you ever had it happen, Josh, in a dream, you take a psychedelic? Have you ever had that happen and it works?
Yeah.
That is wild. I've had full-blown psychedelic experiences in dreams that are better than the ones in real life. And the implication being that you could just flip that. There's a switch you could flip in your brain.
It's already in you, yeah.
It's already in you. Because when you're dreaming, you could just do it. And that brings me to the point here, friends, my dear friends. That brings me to the point of the Tibetan yoga of dreaming and sleep. Not that you could induce a hallucination that you are at Burning Man with Matthew McConaughey, though I think you actually could. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's at least 3 people right now walking through the streets having full-on conversations with Matthew McConaughey and thinking that they're on MDMA. It was the mind, the thing that we call insanity and madness, also points in the direction of the incredible power of the human mind, the interpreter of phenomena. Here you are, wherever you may be. My guess is that you're swimming in your alligator pond again because it gives you a rush. Don't do it. It's bad. It's fun. I've done it. I went through a whole period of swimming with alligators. It's exciting. But this is why I walk with a limp, because they'll get you and they're fast. And I got lucky. But it does point in the direction of something that you're not going to fucking hear on a Chevy Blazer commercial. You're not going to hear on a fucking Toyota commercial. You're not going to hear this from Greg Gutfeld, I don't think, which is that you're interpreting reality right now. And that interpretation is very controllable. You have so much power over the way that you interpret reality. We all know that if you're, I don't know, you take theanine or some shit and you wake up in the middle of a dream, you're still dreaming, but now you know you're dreaming. Suddenly, the freedom that you experience is phenomenal. Now you can fly. Now you can fuck. Now you can make houses appear. Now you can jump and teleport from one part of the dream to the next. And, you know, if the dream really sucks, you can just shift into a whole brand new dream. What if that is possible while you're awake? You see, friends, reality is dying. Reality's dying. It's dead. It's over. It's done. It's out. Reality's out. Reality was just a fashion trend. Reality was raver pants. Reality was bell bottoms. Reality was denim. Look, one of you motherfuckers shoved a knife in my heart on a previous stream. I still can't get it out. One of you bastards slid a knife right in my heart. Some of you are poisonous snakes. And I got bitten by an asp the other night during a night stream when someone asked if I was dressing like Jay Leno. I love wearing denim, all right? We're gonna let Leno take away denim from us, man? You're gonna take my one last fucking thing? You know what it's like to have this old mush pie up here in my skull? You know how hard it is for me to pick out fucking clothes? You know, when I go to a fucking clothing store, I have full-blown panic attacks and just want to leave because when I was a kid, I was fat. And my mom would take me to buy Husky jeans. And it still gets me, man. It still gets me. And now I go into a clothing store and get all weirded out. I want to fucking run to the hills. I want to run to the hills. I want to find a hole, climb into it, and curl up in the fucking fetal position. Suck my own dick. I want to suck my own dick in clothing stores. I go into the dressing room. I try to suck my own dick because of my mom. Because of my mom. And, you know, that's an embarrassment for everyone. My wife especially, if she goes shopping with me. You're doing it again, she says as she looks and sees I'm curled up down there, unable to suck my own pee-pee. And that's not what I chose. You could say, okay, Duncan, well, then you're arguing here that we have more control over reality than we think. Why don't you just grow your pee-pee longer? My answer to you is, I can't. I can't yet. I'm trying. How much control do we have over reality? Well, I don't know. I've been trying to be telekinetic since I was a kid. Right after I saw the Poltergeist movie, I tried to become telekinetic. I know technically that's not telekinesis in the Poltergeist movie. It was you could get ghosts to move things for you, but I got into my head like, what if I could fucking move things with my mind? How great would that be? And I would spend some amount of time trying to move things with my mind. No success. I still do. Watch. This episode of the DTFH has been brought to you by Squarespace. Friends, you got to dive into Squarespace. Like, it is the most futuristic web creation software out there. I love it. I use it. Go to DuncanTrussell.com and set those beautiful eyes upon the most beautiful website ever created, nominated for a triple golden apple award by the HTML lords of Lower Bulgaria. It's fucking great. And not only is it great, it just works. I can use Squarespace to update, change, edit, do anything I want to that site instantly. If you've been wanting to build a website, if you have any reason for building a website, but you've been putting it off because you've had bad encounters with trying to make websites, maybe you have used other web design stuff out there and it messed with your brain. It made you start pulling your hair out. Your dog got weird around you because you were so stressed out. You've got to try out Squarespace. It does everything, all the stuff. You don't have to worry about it. If you want your social media there, you got it. If you want members only content, you got it. If you're trying to sell stuff, no problem. And as though that wasn't easy enough, you can actually use Squarespace's proprietary AI to help you design your page. But we all know designing a website isn't enough. You need to figure out a way to buy a domain name. There's all kinds of probably unnecessarily complicated shit that goes into that. Squarespace takes care of that for you too. There's nothing keeping you from building the most beautiful website of all time, like DuncanTrussell.com. All you got to do is head to squarespace.com/Duncan. Try it out for free. Ride that baby around the block. And then when you're ready to launch, use offer code Duncan to get 10% off your first order of a website or a domain. Again, it's squarespace.com/Duncan. Use offer code Duncan to get 10% off your first order of a website or a domain. Thank you, Squarespace. Can't do it. Can't do it. For those of you listening, I just tried to move my water bottle and have yet to be able to do that. So the question, I'm just challenging myself. That's what you're supposed to do when you're trying to make a point. You create the counter argument. The counter argument being, if we have massive control over reality around us, how come you can't suck your own dick? Or how come you can't move water bottles with your mind? These are the two things that if we could do this on this planet, it would create a revolution. It would transform everything. Everything would be better. If we could pleasure ourselves, ladies, I don't mean to leave you out, but it's already a big ass to try to blow yourself. Like trying to lick your own pussy is like, now we're like, that's canine, that's dog stuff. Like you can find videos online of gentlemen pleasuring themselves, filleting themselves, as they say, and I have yet to find a video of a woman lapping upon her own pleasure zone, like the Madonna song. But
I've seen that.
Where? Really, Josh?
Yeah, it said woman sucking her own dick. And I was like, oh, that's very impressive.
Yeah, that's true. You could see women sucking their own penis. It's just more difficult to find women sucking their own vagina.
Yeah.
And I have yet to find that. Maybe people in the chat could tune us into that. Am I slurping on my pouch again, guys? Somebody was complaining about that in the other stream, and I can't blame him for that. It's got to be disgusting. The point is, reality as we know it is dead. Reality's over. I do want to show you something that you just watched. Josh, play that video again real quick. I want to show you this video I played at the beginning of the stream. We have new people joining us, so it's worth playing it. Play that video, Josh. This video here.
Waking life and when you dream is
I'm really quite proud of it because what you're seeing here, okay, you can take it off. So what you're seeing there is I made that, and Josh, you can verify this because I showed it to you. I made that video using a video editor that I made with Codex. That was made using something that I've always been into data moshing. I like watching the videos. I just think it's so fucked up it looks so cool. For those of you listening, please go to YouTube. You can watch this. I'm sorry, I don't want you to feel left out. But data moshing, it was like, for a second, everybody was data moshing, and then It kind of faded away like everything else. But data moshing, it fucks with the codec of videos. So the way we watch videos online is really fascinating, and I still barely understand it. But apparently there's all these like interstitial frames in between actual video frames that the computer is using to interpret the data and create most videos that we see. That's called the codec. It's the way I guess it interprets video. And so these frames can be fucked with. And by fucking with the frames, it produces the effect that you're seeing there. Play it one more time, Josh. I just like looking at it. Like I could watch this shit all day long. So what you're seeing there, this is, it's like, it's interpreting the frames wrong. You're basically messing with the codec, and it's like smashing videos together in really weird, fucked up ways. It's looping right now. It pauses on this gentleman here who's licking himself in the tub. Now, this little baby eating a phone, boom, dude slides out of the baby's head. And it just looks so cool to me. Little bunnies appear, and you see how weird that looks. Well, anyway, data moshing is something that I've attempted throughout the years. And for those of you who've tried data moshing, I'm sure you've experienced the same level of frustration, because a lot of these things are like, they're it's possible they could be done. You could get like a Premiere plugin to do it, and I did that once, and I with very little success, and it took a long time. Pull up GitHub real quick. This is something I'm really like becoming increasingly enamored with. For all of you programmers listening or watching, obviously you know what GitHub is. Look for data mosh on GitHub in the search there, Josh. So GitHub is where programmers can put their creations up, and this is all the different. I believe I used Data Mosher Pro from Aquascape. Maybe not. Supermosh. I definitely use that. Click on Supermosh. So for those of you, is it on the screen, Josh?
Now it is.
So that's what it looks like, right? This is like all the shit that goes into the code that allows you to data mosh. And for most of you probably looking at this, you're like, yeah, I'm out. I'm not doing that. What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is, or I don't understand it. What the fuck is that? I'm not messing with that. I'm not doing that. And so, but what you're looking at here is incredible, because what it is free software. And these essentially, I don't know what to call them. They're like revolutionaries. These people, they just spend all this time building stuff for fun and then post it on GitHub, and other programmers can grab their repositories, is what it's called. I know some of you listening to this are like, Duncan, you're so dumb. Everyone knows this. I didn't know it. I'm assuming many of you don't know about this or have heard about it but aren't familiar with what it is. And so this is like kind of like decentralized, like anti-establishment, revolutionary shit here, because these people are a lot of them are really invested in free software. But because the learning curve of learning how to code and apply some of these repositories in a way that you could actually use them used to be very steep, it's sort of an underground thing. Now, I'm going to send you a link, Josh, because I have to show you this. There's a song that this hacker dude, and I've played it before, but I feel like I need to play it again. Keep the software free song. Let me find this. I might not even be able to find it anymore. Hacker. I'm gonna look this up real quick, guys. Maybe we can cut out this part here.
Sure.
Oh my God, you can't even find it anymore. Maybe if I could do a Google search for it. Keep the software free. It'll be funny if I get an IP strike for playing this song, if I can find it. Keep the software free. Keep the software free song. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Don't leave yet. Let me just find this. Richard Stallman. The Free Software song is an anthem for software freedom written by Richard Stallman in the 1980s, set to the melody of the Bulgarian folk song Sadi Moma Bela Loza. It encourages sharing software and ending restrictive licensing with lyrics like "Join us now and share the software." Here, I'll send this to you.
Okay.
And I'm going to be really bummed if I get a strike for this. I guess it'll be a mark of the times that we're in. But here you go, Josh. Pull that up. So this guy Stallman is, well, I don't know anything. If Stallman's like, I don't know anything about Stallman that much. So if Stallman was on Epstein Island or some other fucking shit, I didn't know that. And what are you going to do these days? What was like probably found in a cemetery or something, dancing in old lady flesh. But
1 second.
Kyle Johnson in the chat for the listeners is saying nothing made with AI will be remembered or have any spiritual substance, but it's neat to mess with for a couple of hours. I couldn't disagree with you more, my friend. Okay, play this. Here, it's coming up, guys. So this is this kind of eerie, haunting song, this like deep, hardcore hacker nerd Stallman invented. And I love it. He's showing it.
Join us now and share the software. You'll be free, hackers. You'll be free. Join us now and share the software. You'll be free, hackers. You'll be free.
Keep it going.
Hoarders can get piles of money. That is true. Hackers, that is true. But they cannot help their neighbors. That's not good. Hackers, that's not good.
They're like, what the fuck?
When
Where
we
is he?
have enough free software at our call, hackers at our call, we'll kick out those dirty licenses evermore.
Okay, good.
Hackers,
So, what, this, let me look up who this guy is. I feel like it's just going to be terrible. I don't.
Richard Stallman.
Richard Stallman. Please, God. Let's see what's going on with Stallman.
The founder of Free Software Foundation and the most active free software advocate.
So he's a good guy. He's a good guy. You know, you these days you play anybody's anything, and it's like, yeah, but you do know that he like loves big game hunting or like some crazy shit. You do know what he did in that daycare center. Yeah. So I'm on his Wikipedia. Richard Stallman, also known by his initials RMS, is an American free software movement activist and programmer. He campaigns for software to be distributed in such a manner that its users have the freedom to use, study, distribute, and modify that software. Software which ensures these freedoms is termed free software. Stallman launched the GNU project, founded the Free Software Foundation, developed the GNU-C compiler and GNU Emacs, and wrote all versions of the GNU General Public License. So the world that we live in right now is the opposite of that. It's like, you know, and we've been constrained in ways that we just accept now when it comes to the shit we can do with our computers. Because if you're not a programmer, the shit that you could do with your computer is limited generally to apps that you will pay for. And those apps have been designed in ways that are not just made to like help you with this or that, but to make back the money that was paid to program them. And so that means that there's all kinds of like, you know, subscription models, tricky subscription models, things that are hard to, subscriptions that are hard to get out of. And, but most importantly, it's not tailored to you, the individual. It's tailored to as many people as possible to make the most amount of money. This phenomena, if you ask me, is what's behind what's known as enshittification. Enshittification is the collective experience of things seemingly diminishing, things seemingly sucking all of a sudden. Suddenly movies suck. Music sucks. Everything kind of sucks. Everything seems downgraded. Everything seems less creative. Everything has this feeling of homogenization, and it makes people feel real bad. It feels, you could feel a little crazy when you're going through Netflix or Amazon and you're looking at the movies that are there for you to watch, and you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, none of these seem that good. It just seems like it was made. It was just made with this. It was. I'm pissed. All right. It was made just to make a lot of money, and it's not good. And I'm not interested. And so all the inspiration that you might have gotten from watching a really good piece of art, all the inspiration you got, or the creepy feeling you got from watching things like, I don't know, Antichrist. I don't know if you guys ever watched that, or watching just a great movie. It's out the window. And those moments of inspiration, they lead people to make cool stuff, and it creates a chain reaction, and it creates positive shifts in default reality. It can create like global contemplation moments where, you know, people are just enamored with this or that. And so the moment things start veering towards profit, then the art side of things starts falling away. And so the reason I really like that data moshing thing is that I just went on Codex, went into GitHub to that repository, a few other repositories for data moshing, and you're invited to do that by these people. They have licenses in there, and like they, you know, in the licenses, the general rule is like, don't sell it, but you can use it, and you could share it, and you can revise it, you can make it better, and then you can upload it again, and then other people can grab that and make it better. And so you get this crazy decentralized brain that evolves software. And what's fucking nuts is that instead of having to like pay for a data moshing plugin, or instead of having to find like, you know, actually Google data moshing app. This episode of the DTFH has been brought to you by BetterHelp. Financial stress affects far more than our bank accounts. My God, those numbers that come up on the ATM, they are like fear seeds that land in your brain and grow hell roots. And before you know it, your ability to be nimble, to make the decisions you need to make to improve your financial situation, end up getting eroded by the stress around it. This is where therapy comes in, man. It can really help you. It can teach you healthy coping mechanisms to work with financial fear and stress in a positive way, instead of doing what I do whenever my money situation gets wonky, which is just curl up into a ball. I get paralyzed. It's so scary. It doesn't have to be that way. This is where today's incredible sponsor comes in, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a way for you to connect with a qualified therapist who can help you through whatever chapter in your life you might be struggling with right now. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally, and it works. With an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. When life feels overwhelming, therapy can help. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Duncan. That's betterhelp.com/Duncan. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Josh, instead of having to like find some kind of data moshing app or something like that, I just got Codex to make it for me and for my own, like just me wanting to do it. So I created like a tailor-made app that's just for something I wanted to do because I'm sick of like trying to like make data moshing work, and I like the way the effect looks, and I especially like the way the effect looks on top of AI generated videos, which I know a lot of you are going to recoil that I would say that, but I feel like if you're making stuff, it's fair. Everything's fair game. It's more of the intent behind it. There you go. Data Mosher Pro. Pull that up. I don't know if it's free or not, but
It's free on Android though.
okay, there. That's a free one. That's cool.
I can't get it on Android. I got to get it on Apple.
What about Moshup?
Maybe we'll get that.
In-app purchases, whatever. It's like, that's cool. I'm not, whoever made Mashup, I'm not bashing you, man. It's like, it's fine. I get it. But what ends up happening here is you are plugging yourself in to a structure that might do some things you want, might not do some things you want, versus this new thing that's emerging, this new possibility that I don't think people are aware of, which is that you can just make your own app for yourself, and you could do it. It's so fast. Like that thing that you're looking at there, I probably have worked on it for a total of maybe 3 hours. And the initial thing itself just worked and was like, I would say less than 10 minutes. And then I started adding things to it that you can't see it. And I don't think there's a way I can show. Maybe I could take a screenshot and send it to you. But one second, I'll find it real quick. I just don't think it's caught up with people how much power you guys have when it comes to making stuff. I'll just send you a screenshot of this thing. Pull that up on the, and another thing I'm really excited about is like, I don't even know how to do it, but because I have to scrub it to make sure that I haven't left any API traces or I don't know, ways people could hack me through the thing I made, is like, I'm going to post it on the Discord and all of you guys can have it. And that's so fucking cool. Not only that, those of you on the Discord who are programmers, those of you on the Discord who like know how to like do shit that I definitely don't know how to do, can improve it or add to it or whatever. So that's what it looks like. You know, that on the screen is just some AI generated shit I made. But down below is an actual editor, just like Premiere. It made an editor for me. So I can go in and do this sort of this. It's obviously not as smooth as Premiere, but I could go in and like cut and paste. On the right side there, those clips that you see, those are just clips from my downloads folder because that's where most of my AI generated stuff lands. And what it does is either I could just grab clips, drop it in the timeline, and then do the data moshing effect and do different types of data moshing, but it will randomly select clips for me because to me, I'm really into like chaos and like letting like something emerges in chaos that I think is really beautiful and isn't chaotic at all. It will do that. It will then, the splat frame that you're seeing there is, that's not done yet. I wanted to do something called Gaussian splats, which takes a still image and then flies into the image. It kind of makes it 3D. And the Mandelbulb segment, which definitely doesn't work yet, is I wanted to take keyframes, turn them into Mandelbulb fractals, and fly into the fractals. Essentially, this is like a chaos editor. So it grabs random shit, creates different weird 3D effects at random times, and then flies through it at random times. And the smart randomize requires AI. Probably the thing I put on Discord won't have these things. It'll be simplified. But the smart randomize, the AI actually scans the clip itself and picks segments that have movement because that looks really cool with data moshing. Okay, you could take it off, Josh. But dude, I don't think when I say reality is ending, I mean, how can reality end? Like, as long as there's awareness, if we're going to get technical with terms here, you could argue that that's reality, whatever it may be. When I say reality is ending, I'm saying the false reality that we've been living inside of, the dream reality, which is a corporatist, for-profit reality, is ending. It's over. And like, for those of you who are like the AI skeptics, I just don't think, my guess would be that you haven't spent much time with the current state of things, would be my guess. My guess would be that you have not, like, or maybe right now you don't have the money to like get like the insanely expensive $100 a month subscriptions that you might need to get the high level AI to do this shit. And I know that flies in the face of the Stallman thing I just played. I've been working with local LLMs on my computer. That is my goal, is everything to be local on the computer. But in the meantime, I like diving into stuff like this. And I like it because the trajectory it's putting us on seems to be antithetical to the trajectory that a lot of doomers think we're on when it comes to AI. The trajectory that it feels like this thing is putting us on is one of like incredible possibility when it comes to self-expression, incredible possibility when it comes to personalizing tools to manifest ideas in the world, and no longer having to just get the tools that are already out there. And what that does, by the way, is just by the nature of the thing itself, the non-malleability of the thing. In other words, let's take Adobe Premiere, for example. You just got to accept that's how it works. Adobe Premiere works the way it works. And you have to sort of implicitly subscribe to the idea that that's the best way that it could work. And so since like Premiere is what many of us use to edit video, you are theoretically being limited in ways that you don't even know just by the structure of the thing itself. For those of you who've fucked around with any kind of video editing, those of you who've fucked around with Photoshop, those of you who've fucked around with Blender, those of you who've fucked around with any of these like badass, incredible tools, you know that sometimes things you are trying to do get lost in some kind of technical difficulty. You're like, how do I do this? How do I make this turn into that? How do I keyframe? How do I make the transition that's in my head here? And then you're like, I don't know how to do transitions. And then you go on YouTube videos and you watch these YouTube videos. And then by the time you kind of understand it, you've lost that initial spark. You've lost that initial like, okay, this is it. And we don't know how much of art that is using technology is being reduced in quality by the limitation of the tools and the learning curve attached to the tools themselves. So this has produced reality as we understand it, which when I say reality in this context, what I mean is the reality of this is what the zeitgeist is. This is what the algorithm is showing you. This is it. These tools are what's available to me. This is it. This is all I can do. This produces an illusionary, formerly not illusionary limitation to human expression. And so that, to me, like every time I revisit AI, it's gotten better. I made that with Codex. I just fucking got into Claude. Now I'm going to start messing around with Claude Code. I've heard it's somewhat better, but it's like more expensive, and I'm already spending way too much money on fucking AI. But dude, for those of you who are the AI haters out there, dude, you just got to go. Just check it out. Like, I understand, like, I get it. Like, I understand why you think that. It's VR. Remember VR? I had the very first Oculus Rift, the very first one. I was so excited about that technology that I ordered like one of those fucked up Oculuses, which were just they were puke machines. And, you know, I still don't think VR has like gotten to where it needs to be. But in those days, people were just like, fuck that. It's nothing. And in that case, I get it. They were right. I don't know. VR is cool. It's like a fun little thing, but you don't like having the thing strapped onto your head. It makes your eyes sweat.
Yeah, it's our
Makes your eyes sweat. I mean, not literally, but the area around my eyes don't sweat. They cry.
It's as for adults, your vestibular system crystallizes. So you know how little kids can spin and get dizzy and it's fun, and then we spin a little bit and we're like, I'm a puke.
Yeah.
That's what VR does to us. So little kids can use it, but as you get older,
It makes you sick.
it makes you sick. That's why VR won't work, but augmented reality
Is the
can
move.
work.
Yeah. For sure. And augmented reality and AI there's already incredible use cases of it. But oh shit, TK Mills is in their open claw psychosis era. Well, that's the other thing about it is like this AI psychosis thing. You know, it's one thing to be talking to your AI and it's been slobbing your knob and making you think you're Albert Einstein or some shit like that. And then you're like telling everybody you're Albert Einstein and you figured out a way to create free energy from your farts or whatever. But it's another thing to like actually make shit that you can use and have been wanting to use on your own. That's a whole different thing. That's and then maybe the excitement around that could be deemed AI psychosis, but when we're going to start seeing more and more proofs of like the efficacy of this technology that are going to fly in the face of all you AI haters out there. And which is why I would say like I don't think you're Luddites. I think any kind of like nervousness around a new technology that's disruptive like this is absolutely rational. I'm just saying before you say things like, I don't remember who said that, which I've seen many times. I'm not trying to shame you for it. I get your point. But before you say things like it's good for a couple of hours, then it's bullshit, you need to revisit it, or you need to ask yourself if that's just your lack of, that's your own limitation that you've put on yourself, which is something really wild about this is like, I'm so used to shit not working. I'm so used to tech not working. I'm so used to these limitations that the first version of this thing that I made, the idea that it could actually make a functional HTML video editor, it didn't even occur to me. And then just on a whim, I'm like, can you make this into an editor? And it's like, yeah, no problem. Makes the fucking editor. And then it's like, well, but can you, and then there's an editor there, but it's got problems. Like I can't cut the video in the editor on my browser. So I'm like, but I need to cut the video. Can you do that? It's like, yeah, no problem. Well, can I drop things into the middle of it? And yeah, no problem. Well, can I drag certain data moshing filters on top of segments of the timeline? Yeah, no problem. Well, but what can I layer things? Yeah, no problem. Like it just does it. And it's not like ChatGPT where those hilarious videos of the dude who like shows what a lying piece of shit it is. It's not like that because it works. It just does it. And then there's the proof of concept is what I just showed you. Let me reiterate. I do not know how to code. I did not code that. I did not write a single line of code. I did not have to go into a browser and cut and paste code. I did not have to do any of that. It just did it. And this time it made no mistakes. Like before when I was making stuff with it, it would make mistakes. This time, 0 mistakes. It just made it. So I would invite you all to ask yourself if your ideas of AI being a bubble are based on a month ago, 2 months ago, or are they based on your current exposure to the thing itself? Because it's moving that quickly. It's terrifying in its own way that it's moving that quickly. And also there's something really weird about realizing that so much of the way you express yourself is just based on what you think you can't do, and how things have changed so quickly that all of us are going to have to confront the reality that there's when it comes to like making things, the things that we can't do or thought we couldn't do or thought we didn't have time to learn, that's going away. And that's reality. That's this old reality. It's passing. And that's why I would invite you to really think a little bit about whether or not this is some kind of dream. And just because you're having to use technology to change things in the dream right now, that's what we have to do. You must look back. And I would say maybe set your start date to 2012, December 21st, and look to right now. And ask yourself, is this a dream? Is this some kind of shared dream? Because not only are we suddenly able to manipulate reality, and I know you're saying, look, being able to like make data moshing fucking videos doesn't mean that you're literally manipulating reality, but I would argue back, imaginary person, that because humans have become convinced that the 2D reality is reality, that we are watching world leaders use 2D reality to wage war, that the shit in our screens has become reality. It used to be like when the sun came up, whether or not there was a drought, hopefully you didn't overfuck your donkey, you horny weirdo, and it was going to pull your plow for you. I don't even know if people use donkeys to pull plows, but you know what I mean. Stop banging your animals. You don't have to worry about those things. You had to worry about those things. That was reality. Reality wasn't like checking your fucking phone to see what Kalshi was predicting as far as World War III goes. That wasn't real. That's reality now. This has become our new Farmer's Almanac. And you're looking at this fucking thing not to see when the best time to plant your fields is. You're looking at this thing to see if you're a good person or not based on how many followers you have. It's demonic and crazy, but it's reality. And so if suddenly people who don't have millions of dollars in the bank, people who don't know how to code, people who don't know how to do anything when it comes to the creation of the apps that are responsible for expressing reality to the world, if suddenly those people now can get in there, this episode of the DTFH is supported by the boner alchemists at Blue Chew. Friends, you every once in a while look at the price of gold and you're like, I wish I'd invested in gold. I should have invested in gold 10 years ago. If I invested in gold, I could have golden toilets at this point. So many people have stacks of gold laying around their house. They invested in gold. Now it's worth zillions, but you can still invest in gold, something better than the metal gold. You can invest in Blue Chew Gold. Let me tell you, the value of erections is going up. Blue Chew Gold is changing the way millions of men are having sex in 2026. The new arousal-boosting formula combines passion and performance into one tablet that dissolves under your tongue for super fast onset. No more waiting for a pill to kick in. No more moments ruined by performance anxiety. Just the result you want when you want them. Most ED meds only focus on blood flow, but Blue Chew goes further by combining 2 ingredients for blood flow with 2 for mental arousal and connection. So you're not just physically ready, you're actually in the mood. This type of innovation is why Blue Chew Gold is the #1 brand in erectile function. Discover your options at bluechew.com. And I've got a special deal for my listeners. Right now, when you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd for free with promo code Duncan. That's promo code Duncan. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And I thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the DTFH. activated. It said to do that, you'll need to turn off airplane mode. Thank you. You're bringing me to the final point of this rant. Dude, I've probably already infuriated some people talking about how AI is in a bubble. Might infuriate a few people more. The lease expired on my Tesla, and I got a new Tesla. Ouch! I've changed! I'm driving a Tesla. I'm going to admit it.
Is it a Cybertruck?
No.
Oh.
I really don't like those things. No offense to any of you Cybertruck weirdos out there, but like the fucking doors on those things are so heavy. Have you ever opened one?
Yeah.
When I went to get my new Tesla, I had to go to the fucking factory. You ever been to the Tesla factory here?
I've driven by it.
Dude, it's crazy. It's a city. It's a whole city. It's Willy Wonka over there, man. It's the craziest shit ever. And so I went to get the new Tesla, the Model Y, I think is what it is. It's I'm not a car
The
dude.
curvy one.
It's
the SUV looking one.
Yeah, SUV looking one. And I didn't. There's still a midlife crisis in me, guys. And I for a second was kicking around the idea of getting some kind of like fast fucking sports car Tesla. But I got 4 fucking kids. What am I doing? I'm gonna make it so that my brood can't ride in the fucking new car. What a prick I would be. So I was just thinking like, I can fit a lot of kids in this fucking thing. And what do I need to drive fast for? Like I'm a shitty driver. Like I don't need speed attached to my shit. I drive like an old fucking man anyway.
They're still pretty fast.
They're fast as fuck. But this thing has got full auto drive on it. So number one, it drives infinitely better than I do. Way better. And it just drives your ass around. So you just sit there, you kind of got to touch the wheel every once in a while. And other than that, it just fucking drives your ass around. And does it well, feels good. It's like a pro level driver driving your fucking car. I watch the decisions it makes. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I wish I'd thought of that. That's really good driving. I'm neurotic when I drive. I get over in the turning lane like a mile before I need to turn. I get either too close or too far away from the car in front of me. It's amazing. I haven't been in a million more wrecks than I have. And this thing is just smooth fucking sailing. Auto drive. It's great. It's really great. I used to be against this shit. Not anymore. It's fucking incredible. That being said, the fucker just broke. I've had it for like 3 days and the fucking light on the front just stopped working. It says I have to get it serviced. What the fuck, Tesla? Come on, man. Like, give me a break. It's insane. So annoying. The windshield wipers conked out. I dropped my kid off at school today. I was like going to get in the car and like the front light is just on, like some like blinking eye staring at me. And now it's got all these problems. So that's annoying. But other than that, it's fucking awesome. And I'm sure they'll fix it.
Jade Visual says, if AI was a comedian, it steals jokes and poops on the microphone, and you're next up. Next, Duncan, understand that? ?
What?
Yeah.
Say that again.
If AI was a comedian,
Okay.
it steals jokes and poops on the microphone, and you're next up. Next, Duncan, understand that? ?
It's so weirdly menacing and threatening, but it's also meaningless. That's the strangest comment ever. It's like it's like, number one, somebody who doesn't seem to like understand stand-up comedy at all. Like number two, it's like, what do you mean I'm fucking next? None of that makes sense. But I guess, I don't know, point taken, I guess. I don't know what you're saying. The my friend Lucky's saying, you're next. All I'm saying is the auto drive mode, that's what you go into in default reality. You go into auto drive mode or all in auto drive mode. And the auto drive mode is based on the way you've learned to navigate reality. And so, the brain is a very efficient thing. We don't have time to relearn how to get in a car, open the door, sit in the car, how to start a car, how to unlock a door, how to make lasagna. We don't have time to relearn how to do these things. So a lot of these things, we just do them. How to make coffee. You know, your morning ritual, that's auto drive mode, more than likely. You wake up, you're tired as fuck, you jerk off 7 times, you go to make coffee. We all do that. You go to make coffee, and you have a way of making your coffee. You have a way of doing your morning ritual. You have this thing, and if you watch the way you do it, a lot of it is auto drive, depending on how tired you are. And that extends throughout the whole day. And I'm not saying it's bad. I need to be in auto drive mode sometimes. Like, it's good. I don't have time to, like, you know, scrutinize every single thing that I do. But if all of humanity has gone into auto drive mode, navigating reality, and that reality is currently doing some kind of high-level Transformer movie thing, then our auto drive mode is no longer useful, meaning we all have to pull out of auto drive mode for a second. You got to pull out all the assumptions that you might have regarding your potency in the universe could be completely wrong. They were right a few months ago. They might not be right anymore. And the negativity surrounding AI that you're seeing, and sometimes you might scratch your chin and be like, why? That negativity might just be a form of attachment. That might be a form of clinging. People are trying to cling to a dead dream. You know, I don't know if you've ever done that, but you're having some dream. You try to get back to the old dream, and you can't. There's no way to get back. You're not going back to that old dream. It's not coming back. This whole fucking MAGA bullshit, that's ultimately what it is. It's just like, it's over, man. That dream's over. But a lot of people want it to come back. It's not coming back. It's gone. Not only is that dream not coming back, but 3 months ago, whatever that dream was is not coming back. And it might be that every single fucking day we have to reorient ourselves to a completely new paradigm. That could happen. And so I would say, pull your ass out of auto drive mode right now. Any assumptions that you have right now regarding what you can do, what is possible, ways that you can interact with technology, even ways like that you think that you're limited when it comes to like making money, writing, art, any of it. I think you need to just pull out of auto drive mode. You know, it's scary to do that, but you have to just really start questioning any self-imposed limitations that you might have right now regarding your capacity to co-create the universe. And because what's happening right now, it might be a window that could close. I don't know. It might just be a moment in time right before they crack down and start regulating everything, because they're like, no fucking way. This feels like one of those things that's going to get cracked down on. And so we might have a blissful a year maybe before the whole thing gets shut down. I don't know. All the other things going on too. So.
But aren't you excited for UBI?
Universal basic income? Wait, what is it? Who was it? Musk who said universal
basic income is going to have to happen because you're going to have all these, and apparently they can do it right now, but they're afraid that the Civil War would pop off, because not only would you get rid of all the lower level guys, you'd get rid of the middle managers and the upper class managers making like $500,000 a year. And those are the people that know how to organize and start a revolution. So they want to slowly do it, and then they just pay us off with UBI.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Send me the fucking checks. I've got so many goddamn kids. Please, I'll take the government checks. But the reason I don't like, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But UBI smacks of the same bullshit, which is centralized power. UBI means someone up there is like, okay, peon, here's some fucking gold coins. Here you go. I don't like that, because you're still sucking on the teat of the fucking demiurge, aren't you? I hope it happens. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like, knowing like the shit that many of us are like paying in taxes is going to blow up people is fucked up. I'm all for, like, it would be great if the insane amount of dough we're coughing up goes back to the people. That'd be amazing. Good. Free fucking healthcare. Let's fucking do it. Let's make it like, oh my God, AutoPay fucked up on my health insurance, which is fucked up when you have a bunch of kids because they are out of their goddamn minds. Like any second, one of them could do. God knows what could happen. And so, for like a few fucking days, my lucky ass experienced the day-to-day reality of so many parents, which is I had no fucking health insurance for the whole fucking family. That was scary, dude. They got it to work, but in that moment, it's like, what the fuck? This is nuts. Any second, I could just go bankrupt. You know? I fucking didn't get my goddamn diabetes medicine filled. So I hadn't taken the shit that gets my blood sugar down. My blood sugar went through the fucking roof. I was feeling sick and thinking like, God damn it, I'm going to have to go to the fucking ER. And I didn't go because I didn't have health insurance. I'm like, I'll try to fucking survive this shit. I have to. That's scary. So yeah, I'm all for it, man. Yeah, I'm all for whatever it is that like reduces the gnawing fucking anxiety that most people living around the planet feel every single day when it comes to like their ability to survive.
But then with UBI, doesn't that put you deeper into the self-driving mode? You know, like it's like, oh, that's something less that I have to worry. Because people go to the thing, most people go to the thing that makes them comfortable. I don't want to think of that. You know what I mean?
Well, this is, yeah, I know what you're saying. But this is also the tortured, this is all part of the tortured old man default reality situation that we're in, which is pain equals success, pain equals virtue, pain equals. So in other words, if you aren't it's like the bumper sticker. I feel like I've talked about this bumper sticker before, but it's the funniest bumper sticker. I still see it every once in a while, which is, if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. And that is nuts because it's like, first of all, it's virtualizing anger. It's like being angry is like a useful state of consciousness. I have never experienced that with anger. When I get fucking angry, I make mistakes. When I get angry, I would make rash decisions. When I get angry, I do things to like get revenge and it makes you sick. So it's like, it's saying there's some kind of, the more awake you are to reality, the angrier you're going to get. I just reject that. And I think that like this fucking masochistic bullshit that we all engage in, people, they'll, maybe you finally get the gumption to go exercise, right? But because you have been beating yourself up over your laziness, you then overwork out. You fucking hurt yourself. It hurts. You throw up, and then you don't want to work out anymore. Like, it's like, you don't have to destroy your entire body the first day you work out. You can just like be proud that you made it to the gym. Be proud that you like did a couple of push-ups. You don't have. We've started equating pain with prosperity, pain with success. Pain. What's going to happen if you don't have to worry about food for your children anymore? You'll become a piece of shit. The only way this fucker can function is if everyone's scared out of their goddamn minds underneath their fake smiles. I reject that completely. And I'm so black-pilled when it comes to centralized fucking government systems at this point that, like, fuck that. Fuck whatever they say, even if there is some universal basic income situation, they'll fuck it up, or it'll work for a few months and then they'll take it away. They'll destabilize. Suddenly everyone will experience what, the good parts of the pandemic. Like for a little bit, everyone's like, wait, we don't have to drive to work and smell our boss's stinky fucking balls all day. We could do this from home. Wait, what the fuck? You can actually order booze to your house? You can order mixed drinks? Wait, what the fuck? There doesn't have to be traffic all the time? Wait, what the fuck? You remember? That was the good part of it. There's a lot of bad things. There's good things. And then they're like, oh, forget about that. There's something that happened. We're back to business now. Fucking war again and all that. Fucking maybe start a draft.
But then you have the people who have to work even harder and take you that liquor and take you you know what I mean? All the Uber
Not for
Eats.
long.
Uber Eats. Oh yeah.
Yeah, not till your fucking margarita drone flies in
Yeah.
playing salsa.
Just pours it in your mouth.
Margarita drone flies in playing the fucking Macarena. It's like this is what I'm saying is this episode of the DTFH is brought to you by Factor. Friends, how much of what you eat is 100% based on how hungry you are and how long it's going to take you to make a meal. You look in your refrigerator, I don't know, you've got like the ingredients to make some kind of delicious French stew, but that's going to take 6 hours. You're going to have to catch a quail. It's not going to happen. So you just end up going to the pantry and eating garbage. Factor fixes this. Oh my God. Factor meals are so good. I know they're sponsoring this, but I swear, it's like a game changer for me to have delicious meals that have been prepared that I could then pop in the microwave and they taste good. They're healthy. You know, I've had bougie friends who would have those meal services come to their house and drop off stacks of Tupperware that they then heat up. I was always jealous of that. I've always wanted to do that. That's basically what Factor is. If you've had rotten encounters with microwave food, which by now all of us have, you throw the microwave burrito in, it's frozen. The middle is just an ice cube composed of like salsa and some unknown meat frozen like the mammoths they find in the tundra, but you're so hungry you just eat it. This is not Factor. Factor is not frozen. Every meal is crafted with functional ingredients, lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole foods, and healthy fats. Factor bans 175 plus ingredients, no artificial colors or sweeteners, no high fructose corn syrup, no refined seed oils, just nutrient-dense food. Head to factormeals.com/Duncan50 off and use code Duncan50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box. With new subscription only while supplies last until September 27th, 2026. See the website for more details. Factor is delicious. If you find yourself constantly unable to make healthy meals because you're in a hurry or maybe you just don't want to cook, Factor is a lifesaver. Thank you, Factor. This clinging to the idea that there's one way to do this, it's very similar to what I was saying about we're used to working with Premiere. We're used to working with whatever the particular bits of software we all work with, because that's what we got. We're used to running things the way we've been running things because that's how we've been running things. But the way we've been running things was before this incredible technology came to the planet that we have. The way we were running things was before we didn't have to go to the office anymore, before we didn't have to go to sit in a fucking cubicle and do the shit that we could do from home. It was before all that. The things have changed, and we're trying to keep that old stupid dream alive. That's all I'm saying. Reality is dead. I declare it. By reality, I mean the sum total of all the systems involved.
The old paradigm.
The old paradigm. It's dead. It's fucking been dead for a bit. And right now, there's this underground, secret, but not so secret, and completely new place every single one of us can explore and fuck around with. And the first thing you have to do is shake off all of the like limitations that you think you have. Just shake it off. Like, see how hard you can push this fucking stuff. Like, yeah, dude, they're going to use AI for all kinds of fucked up things. Of course, they already are. They're going to use AI to kill people. They're going to use AI to, like, limit people. They're going to use AI for mass surveillance. They're going to use AI to interpret data in horrific ways that lead to all kinds of suffering. But Yeah. I mean, dude, well, look what happens when you give Darth Vader a fucking lightsaber. He's going to fucking cut your goddamn hand off with it. He's Darth Vader.
You see what they did in Mexico? That every person has to register their biometric data to order to use their cell phone. And if you can't use your cell phone, you're not going to be able to get into your bank or anything like that.
Yeah, this is like social credit score stuff like
Yeah.
they're doing. Again, all of these things fundamentally depend on the mass on groups of people adhering to an old system. That's all. All of this shit, everything. I've been thinking a lot about it, man. I've been thinking like, what is the theme right now in the world? You got a crazy old man at war with a patriarchal theocracy.
With possible dementia.
Well, yeah, with possible so you have but the theme behind it all is they're fighting over the spice. They're fighting over oil, right? And so, which is also a dying thing. It's going to die. And I know, go ahead, say, well, what about plastics and all the other stuff? I'm not saying that like we're gonna fucking shake off the fucking oil thing right away. But what things like this do is emphasize how crazy it is that our entire economy is centralized around black poisonous goop. Oobleck, I believe, is what Dr. Seuss called it. Will you pull up Oobleck?
Is that with a U?
I believe it's Ooblek. I had this book when I was a kid.
Oh.
Oobleck.
Yep, there it is.
Bartholomew and the Oobleck. You know, it's green in this, but Bartholomew and the Oobleck. Yeah, go back. I want to read the description of it. Where King Derwin, bored with rain, sun, fog, and snow, orders his magicians to create a new substance to fall from the sky, resulting in sticky green goo called Oobleck that covers the kingdom. This is clearly Dr. Seuss's like weird pushback against oil, if you ask me. But this fucking Oobleck situation is ridiculous.
You know he wasn't a doctor, right?
Shut the fuck up, Josh. What are you talking about? Of course he was a fucking doctor. He did
No.
surgeries. He invented the lobotomy.
He just wanted to make his father proud, who was just like, you're just writing these stupid books.
Dr. Seuss didn't invent the lobotomy?
Nope.
Learn something new every day. Anyway, if you look at the world right now, and even though maybe you shouldn't do this, try to create a holistic view. Look at the repeating patterns. Look at what's going on. I think what you're going to see is various systems trying to run, even though the world that they were designed to run in is completely different. And that's causing a sort of ontological shock, which is a word that people are using a lot these days. Ontological shock. And that ontological shock, I would say, is clinging to a dead dream. A dream that's changing. And you can either be one of the people who clings to the dying dream, or you can be one of the people who builds the new world. And this brings us to the core of this podcast, and then I'm going to show you something else that I've been working on, something I want to share with you. You see, if you had to think about it, don't answer this, Josh. You already know the answer. Chat, everyone's self-banned for 5 minutes, 2 minute, 1 minute. If you had to think about it, what is the ultimate symbol? What is the ultimate symbol of centralized bullshit power? Ultimate symbol. What is it? Answer it, Josh. I told you to answer it.
McDonald's? Golden
No!
Arches?
No!
Oh.
Ancient. The ultimate symbol. The fucking pyramid. The Great Pyramid of Giza. Here you have this stupid fucking thing sitting out there in Egypt, fucking up views, built by slaves, for some dumbass who tricked people into thinking he was a god. It's the stupidest shit anybody ever saw. Aside from pull up a pyramid of the Great Pyramid of a picture of the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's fucking hideous. Look at this Look at this hideous thing that we just accept. Look at that. Have you ever seen anything this disgusting? Pull up the main focus or the first one right there, Josh. Look at that. Awful. Pile of shit bricks right there. It's horrible. That beautiful blue sky blocked by that big dumb pile of fucking idiot rocks. And, you know, I love doing these streams. It's a joy to hang out and talk with all of you. And for the listeners out there, I would invite you to join the YouTube stream from time to time. But the real reason I'm doing this is because I have come to understand, along with a great many of other people in the Beast Blast community, that the problem in the world right now is the Great Pyramid of Giza. Not only is it a symbol for what happens when one dude tricks you into thinking he's God, he's going to make you build an idiot thing like a pyramid, and the whole it aligns with this or that. I don't give a fuck. Aligns with Sirius or I don't know. No one cares anymore. No one even understands that anymore. Oh, but the bricks are laid so well. Who cares? All the time spent to build that big dumb piece of shit could have been used for cuddle puddles, back rubs, just floating down the Nile, having fun. No, fucking building a goddamn pyramid for some con artist who tricked you into thinking he was Horus. Give me a break. Got to get rid of it, guys, gals. We got to get rid of it. Got to blow up the Great Pyramid of Giza, and that's what we're going to do. It's called Operation Beast Blast because of simple math. Once I get more subscribers than Mr. Beast, then I will, within 2 months, have more than enough money to buy the Great Pyramid of Giza. Maybe 3 months. Talking to my biz managers about it. They want to sell it to me. Those negotiations are over. The Egyptian government is ready to get rid of that old piece of shit. All we got to do is get more subscribers than Mr. Beast. If you've been watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Your subscription is a powerful thing. You ever heard of the starfish story, Josh?
No.
Little boy is walking down the beach, throwing starfish that have washed up on the beach back into the sea.
Yeah.
An old man walks up to him and says, "What are you doing, kid?" The kid says, "Well, I'm saving these starfish. You know, they're going to die out here on the sand." And the old man says, but I don't understand. I was walking with Jesus, and I looked down, and at one point it's like Jesus disappeared, and I only saw my own footprints. And the kid said to the old man, "You're in the wrong story, old man. You're in the footprint story. This is my starfish story. This is fucking, I don't know. Jesus carried you." And the old man's like, "What? Jesus carried me?" And the kid's like, "No, he didn't. To be honest, I saw you walking with Jesus. You were ear beating him, old man. You boomer fucking piece of shit. You were ear beating him. You've been brainwashed by Sean Hannity, and you're just regurgitating state fucking propaganda to Jesus Christ himself. And he went up to that margarita bar up there. Look, he's still fucking there. You understand that, right? You are walking alone. You drove Jesus away. You actually told Jesus that it was a good thing that we're dropping bombs on other countries. That's a Christian thing to do. You dumb old piece of shit." And the old man took that young boy and threw him into the ocean. That's the starfish story.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, starfish story. Now, your subscription would reflect that little boy's intent before he was murdered by that old man. The little boy couldn't swim. He should have. Couldn't. He was too old to not be able to swim. That's what the old man yelled at him as he was drowning out there, because the old man was a boomer. And he's like, "I learned to swim that way, you piece of shit. Maybe your starfish will help you swim." "Oh, what do you know? They're not helping you, because they're basically vegetables, you dumb piece of shit." Then he went up to the margarita bar and beat the shit out of Jesus. You see, that little boy had the right idea before he was murdered by that old boomer. Every starfish counts. Every subscription counts. You subscribe, and you become part of a global movement. Because once I get more subscribers than Mr. Beast, once I have the income from those subscribers, we're going to buy the Great Pyramid of Giza. We're going to cut off the capstone. We're going to fill it up with a cola beverage. Not sure what yet. Maybe Mountain Dew. And then we're going to fill that motherfucker up with Mentos. And the explosion will destroy the Great Pyramid of Giza. It will eradicate it. And it will blow up the other two little shit pyramids next to it. And then we will all be living on a pyramid-free world. They don't want you to think it's possible, by the way. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear anybody on MSNBC, CNN, or Fox News saying what they should be saying, which is we could live on a world without fucking pyramids. Why? Because they support the pyramid. They want it there. Their entire identity depends on it existing. Centralized, hideous, obviously stupid. They need it. But we don't. I'm just a man. I'm not a god. Just like you. Just like all of us. We're all just one person when we're by ourselves, but no man is an island. No lady is an island. No island is a lady or a man. Except for Dick and Pussy Island, which is the name of my new OnlyFans shoot, Dick and Pussy Island. You will see my beautiful feet walking through an island made of dicks and pussies. You could find that it's a different thing altogether. Getting off track here. Point is, you could do this. We could do this. Subscribe. Become part of this great movement. Because not only are we blowing up the Great Pyramid of Giza, but we're going to have the most incredible music festival surrounding this incredible global event. And I'm in pre negotiations with Kanye West's team right now. Ye might be performing right there. Right there. Ye might be performing. Just think of that in the background as Ye performs. Watch. You see it in your mind's eye right now, can you? Watch as that pyramid just boom! Gone. Gone, gone, gone. Freedom. Tearing up. My eyes are sweating. Just thinking about going to my kid's room. It's time to get up. Time for school, honey. But is the pyramid still here, Dad? No. It's over. The nightmare's over. We can wake up from this nightmare together, friends. Reality's dead, but a new reality is growing from it right now. A new reality. That place you buried your cat when you were a kid. I'm sure there's all kinds of beautiful flowers there now. Your cat's dead, but a new reality is there now. A better reality. That was a shit cat. Bit your grandma. Subscribe, won't you? And thank you for joining us. We're not going to leave yet, but I got to wrap it up for the listeners out there. Listeners, check out our night streams, our day streams. People in the chat, thank you so much for being here. God bless you. And I'll see you next week.